Good evening, Dheeraj. Good evening, Aman. Dheeraj, how are studies going? Yeah, you are a very regular patron of our classes. Good evening, Dheeraj. Good evening, Aman. Yeah, you're there on most seminars. Hope your studies are going fine. Ayananka, good evening. Raj, good evening. I guess you're going to get fewer questions this evening. One, the topic is not very, what shall we say, discussion worthy. There's not many things that we can discuss. And I'm sure everyone has the same issue. Uh, how do I prepare? I can't solve more than 2 sets. I guess that would be the only comment. Good evening, Krishna, Atul, Spawn, Sahaj, Aman, Gupta, that is. So 2 Amans we have. Good, Dheeraj. So you're still working as well? Job is continuing? How is it? Yes, good evening, Amrita. I guess it's 6 o'clock. If there are questions, we can even begin. Yeah. And we can even. Okay. Sahaj, I would rather say sometimes the set selection can go wrong. I wouldn't just put it let's say, wildly as saying that it feels like a toss of coin. All I would say is, yes, the set selection, I might have thought that this set is a easy one, but it turned out to be difficult. At the same time, it could also be that as a set that I left in the exam. And when I came back and I saw, it turned out to be very easy. So it may it will happen. Forget may, it happens pretty regularly. And your challenge is going to be so one part of your preparation, and a big part of your preparation, is going to be ability to handle that also. Obviously, you can't do anything about a set that you think is difficult and you left it. You left it just by glancing at it, you did not read through it and so on, and you left it. So you never came back to the set, you never realized it's easy unless the exam got over and someone said, hey, did you do that question on scheduling of burger and French fries and so on? It was so very easy. Or hey, did you do that set on something and it was so easy? Then you realize, oh, I did not do that, right? So you can't do much about that. But can you do something about a set you started and it turned out to be tough? Yes, you can definitely do. So you can definitely do. I'll just wait for one more. So I'll tell you about that set. No worries. Yeah. I have solved last year's DILR. I've concluded that I'm able to solve only around 1 or 1.5 set within the time limit of 40 minutes. And after that, when I try to solve those sets. So Atul, I don't see a question over there as much. But then if you're able to solve, right now, we are still in the month of August, right? We are in the month of August. And if you're able to solve 1.5 sets in the month of August, I don't think so you should press the panic button. 1.5 set in the month of August, if you do a little more practice, keep building on your awareness, your general, when you solve a set, something of it remains with you. You might not be able to voice it very clearly, but then it would remain somewhere at the back of your mind. You might know tricks that others might not know, right? Because you have solved many. So when you keep practicing that for the next September, October, November, I think so that 1.5 can easily go to 2 sets, and 2 sets is enough for me to get a 97, 98 percentile. More than enough to get a 97, 98 percentile. You're bang on all counts, so perfect. Okay. Okay. I'll come back to these answers again. Yeah, I'm just waiting, for just a couple of more minutes so that everyone, if someone joins in late, they don't miss out. Okay. Ayananka, do we have to do weights in LR? Now, okay, a part here, students, this, yeah, in fact, it's a nice thing. Yeah, so this thing keeps coming up. Like just now on the group, I had a message saying, are there not sets on ranks? Now, students, this topic classification is very means people can classify topics very differently. So what time might classify topics differently, I might classify topics differently. So if I see a rank, and there's a rank 1, 2, 3, 4, and I have to arrange people in a rank, and I know A is ranked after B, and the C is ranked 2 places before A, something of that sort. I would think it's a question of arrangements. So I don't think so that there's any difference in arrangement. Or if there is a ranking set and I need to put it into grids, so they run 5 races and different people, they don't get the same rank in any of the race, they get different ranks, then I think it's a tabular arrangement. Right? It's a tabular arrangement. So I don't see anything particular related to ranking that there needs to be a topic that needs to be defined ranking. What is a particular about ranking? I don't know anything, right? So if you're thinking, where did I land off? My point over here is now weights. Can I make, if I make 100 sets, I can possibly make 1 or 2 sets related to weights. I can make, but that doesn't mean weights as a topic, as a classification of topic comes in. Weight is more like, let's say, a comparison. Yeah, weight is a comparison. So tomorrow I put in a set where there's a tug of war. Okay, 4 people this side, 4 people this side, team A wins, then this people, 1 person goes there, 1 person goes here, and then the B team will win. I might make such a set. Now this is like now will it be a weight? Yes, a tug of war or so on is just about which one of them is more powerful, which one has a higher weight, right? So now when such a set comes, what is it means? Are there going to be plenty of such sets that can be made? No. Can there be made a handful of such sets? Yes. Can it come in exam? Yes. But that, so again, the question is, for one of the first things, so let me start now with my DILR, a small talk, very small talk. One of the first thing in DILR is for you to realize and accept the fact that it is logical reasoning. It is exactly like it is like creativity, and creativity has no boundary. Creativity has no syllabus. In fact, by the nature of that word creative or so on, it means there's no syllabus. There's no end to it. There's no boundary to it. There could be anything, and that is expected. So even when I go for a set, I expect. So I don't expect a set will, amongst the DILR, what is going to come will be based upon something that I have done in my practice. So Ayananka here, if I say you are saying, should I practice? Why should I not practice a set on weight? Is it going to use some other logic, a little different logic than other sets? Yes. Would I want to have that kind of skills with me? Yes, I would want to have that skill. Am I saying that a set on weight is going to come? No, very unlikely, because very few sets can be made on those logics, especially on counterfeit coins and so on. And most of those common puzzles are known to most people. So again, here comes my second point on DILR. What is my first point? My first point is, Students, open your mind. First, please open your mind. Be ready to accept that anything, and mostly what is going to come in the exam is going to be unclassifiable and something that I have not seen. I'll give you an example. We are going to do tomorrow, we are going to do CAT 2017 morning slot ka analysis. Yeah, tomorrow we are going to do. In that set, there was a set, P set, that there are 5 teams. Okay, and there are some super or what we call special employees and some regular employees. And the special employee and regular employee, every month they go from team 1 to team 2, 2 employees will go, from team 2 to team 3, 1 employee will go. Now, what are you going to classify this set into? So that is the idea, student. There are 5 teams. Each team has members 4, 4, 4, 4, 5 4s are 20 members. There's one more member, 21 members. Okay. Now, as we move to the next month, from this place, some team members will go, team 1, some team members will go to team 2. From team 3, some members will go to team 1. From team 4, some will go to team 5. So there's a shift like this. And like this 5 different months, there's a shift. I want you guys to tell me what sort of classification or what topic does this come into? Is it an arrangement question? Is it a grouping question? I don't see there's a grouping, because from grouping, I understand that A will not work with B, B will not work with C, and something like this. It's not even a grouping question. It's not a truth-lie question. It's not a visualization question. It's not a mathematical reasoning question. It's not a weight question. It's not a game question. It's nothing. It is nothing. You have to just stick to those conditions over there. Okay. Another of my favorite thing. Cars, same thing. Yeah, there is a path, goes from Akala to Bakala, Akala Nannur Bakala, Akala Mannur Bakala. 2 paths are there, different times are there. For every additional car going, the time taken will increase. Now, if you know, I don't know why students are so why they want to slot it into something. Just because there are 2 roads, you want to put it as a route and network question. Yeah, and Dheeraj, my answer is again coming. I'll answer your question about DI scheduling and so on also. So tell me now, just because there are 2 routes, A, M, B, A, N, B, you'll put it as a route and network question. There's nothing, there's no network over here, please, students. There's nothing that I choose. It's about distributing cars between 2 routes, and I have to do 4 cars. The 4 can go by first route, 0, 4, 0, 3, 1, 2, 2, 1, 3, 0, 4. That's it. And now find the time taken. What are you going to put this set into? I don't see any reason why anything has to be put into a route and network, because there is no theory called route and network. If you want to learn the theory of route networks, it is such an higher algebra topic where we talk about nodes and the point, the how many lines that can link nodes. It's beyond us, beyond our scope. So when you're going to get a set like this, it is going to be based upon just one thing, students, pure common sense. Now, when are we going to leave out these tags and go ahead? Same thing goes for scheduling. I can make very nice questions on scheduling, Dheeraj. I've taught operation research at B schools. Operation research, there's so much thing of scheduling. And I can make those sets and I can really make you think, oh my God, how much theory is there? There's a PERT chart. There are what do you call them? Slacks. Different tasks can be scheduled in different time. Now, students, something that you're going to study in an MBA, yeah, PERT, CPM, and so on. Why would that be there as a part of your exam? I don't see. But then there was a question. There was a question about burger, fries, and so on. Did you see that question? That question had condition that a customer comes, he places order for 2 burger, 1 fries, 1 ice cream. One burger takes 5 minutes to get ready. 1 fry takes 2 minutes to be there. Ice cream doesn't take any time. And then you keep finishing one order and go to the next one. Student, now, are you saying you really need something to study in theory to say that I need to add numbers? Or once a burger is being prepared, the next burger can be prepared after 5 minutes. Do I need some theory over here? So students, when I see this all ideas of, people expecting this, I would just say, why don't we just solve 250, 300, 350, 400, you're very worried, solve 450 sets. In those 450 sets, you will invariably come across 1, 2, 3 network charts, invariably come across 1, 2, 3 scheduling things, and that's done. There's nothing more to study beyond that in those topics. Yeah, and be ready to face that there is going to be some. So if a scheduling set comes, are you suggesting that there is something in the prior one that I have studied which I can probably use over here? I'm saying this crutch that you are depending on, this crutch, the set that is going to come will be something that I had solved earlier. This is the reason why I don't do well in DILR. Because what comes doesn't come same as what I did. And then I start panicking, and then I say, hey, listen, I don't know what is happening over here. What shall I say? Excitement, or that whole preparation of, hey, listen, come, get it on. Get me whatever set you want, and I'll have a look over that. My preparation for DLR, my preparation for DLR is, do I understand the language best? If I understand the language best, arrangement students, what can you do other than just arrange and understanding the language in the clues and linking clues together? That linking clues together comes in every set that you have anyway. So I've gone off the track. Having done that, so let me go ahead and answer. So I've given a couple of points. Just first, very, very, very important is keeping your mind open, that there is no syllabus, there is no popular topic, there is nothing. Arrangement, the so-called popular topic, in the last 4 years, I've seen one set on arrangement. That's it. Only one set on arrangement in 4 years, right? So don't depend on anything at all. Okay, and just because arrangement questions are flooded on the internet everywhere, they are very easy to make. Suddenly people start thinking, hey, arrangement is an important topic. No, none of the topics are important for DILR. Everything is different. Okay, so we are going to, okay, so now let me answer Sahed's question again. Yeah, so let me give more pertinent answers. So Sahed, there are two things. One, you choose a set and you realize it's a wrong set. The whole skill is, can you leave that set quickly? So, and you should be ready. So your choice that you're making now should not be a patthar ki lakir kind of a thing. You don't say, and this is wrong strategy, students. You don't say, I'm going to spend the first 8 minutes, 2 minutes on the first set, 2 minutes on the second set, 2 minutes on the third set, 2 minutes on the fourth set. Such 8 minutes are done. And then I will decide, okay, I'm going to do set 1 and set 4. And then jump into set 1 and set 4. You don't do this. Especially if there's a 4 set thing, you don't do this. If there were 8 set thing, I would have recommended it. So please understand, this is specific about a 40 minute, 20 question section. Okay, not for an 1 hour wala section. Okay. So in this, what do? You first of all, I don't think so there's a lot of choice in 4 sets. So you read, what I would do is, the first set is that I would read it and I would take a decision within 2 minutes. I'm still giving you 2 minutes, but that 2 minutes I'm going to read that set, and after 2 minutes I'm going to say, should I continue in this or should I just leave it? Do I get the idea? Do I understand the language? Do I understand what are the key constraints over here that I need to meet? Can I represent the data in a better way? If those initial hurdles are very clear, I will continue and I'll solve the set over that. So the difference between what I spoke earlier as a strategy now is, if in 2 minutes I feel that it is doable, I'm not going to go to set 2 and 3 and 4 and compare it with 1. There's no comparison now when there are 4 sets. For me, the 4 sets, if I'm aiming for very high marks, 2 sets I need to do or so on, I'm not going to waste 8 minutes. Remember, students, 8 minutes and not having attempted anything can easily set panic into the camp. And that 8 minutes, when will it become 10 minutes? First of all, that 8 minutes don't remain 8 minutes. 10 minutes and suddenly you say, I haven't done any set till now. So I would not do that. Okay. Let's say after 2 minutes, I realize the first set is not my cup of tea. I'll go to the second set, same thing. I'll start reading very calmly. I'll read, I'm not scanning it. I'm not judging the set. I'm saying, here, listen, I'm trying it. So I'm reading it very carefully. At the same time, just seeing, am I comprehending all the points over here? Can I representation is one of the key thing over there. While reading, can I understand, is this a calculation based DI kind of a set, or is it this set, or so on? A game based, what is it? Yeah. While doing that, and within 2.5 minutes, I can continue. I feel, I'm gaining ground. I've got the table fixed. Now I've put 2-3 things here. Okay. I've understood that, okay, I have to attack on this clue, this clue, this clue. These are important points, students. This clue, this clue, this clue, which is the weakest link in that whole set? Where do I start? Like, for example, again, all these examples are coming from tomorrow's session I'm going to do on 2017 CAT paper. So one of that paper, for those who are very serious and you would have taken it, you know this. So we are talking about different countries, 10 different countries, a happiness index being created, right? And it says country A scored 7 points, country Z scored 17 points. So I know that 7 is too less. So 7 on 3 parameters. And the rank, the points could be 1, 2, 3. Do I know that I have to start from? Okay, 7 can be made by 1 plus 1 plus 5, 1 plus 2 plus 4, 1 plus 3 plus 4. That's it, with 1. Then 2 plus 2, 4 and a 3. 2, 2, 4 and a 3. Hey, done, over. And 3, 3, done, over. There are only 4 ways of making 7. Did you get this point, what I'm saying? So this is a point where I have to start off, and this is what I say, I'm gaining ground. Now I know. And while it might be a little difficult for us to talk, but think, you should be able to do this in your mind, students. 7, how can you get? You start with the least, 1, 1 and a 5. And then you keep changing the 1 and a 5, 2 and a 4, 3, 2 and a 6 you want, not 2 and a 1, 1 and a 7 I want, 5, 1, 1, 5. Okay, 2 and a 4, 3 and a 3. So with 1, I have 3 ways. And with 2, I'll not go back to 1, because 2, 1, I would have counted it in 1. So 2, 2, 4 and 3, that's it. Anyways, we'll miss a lot of things here if I get into such details. But okay, coming back to the point, did you get that? So am I gaining ground? The next country was a country got 17. Oh, 17 is a lot of score on 3 parameters. Nah? So I'll start from the highest. Highest in that was 7 marks. Okay, so he got 7 in 1, 7, 7, 14 and 3. Okay, and then whatever you can. So do I know where I have to attack it from? Do I know what do I begin with? Then after this, what happens? After this, as a skill, and these are more important things, students, than those topic and all those related. If you have 3 possibilities here, if you have 4 possibilities here, do you know you have to link those 3 and 4? One of this may not result in all 4 over here. Okay, if the first one happened, maybe here only 2 will happen. If the second one happened, maybe here 1 will happen. If the third one happened, here 4 will happen. So can you do that thing? Attack 1, attack second point, find the linkages between all of them. So that is how you keep building. So now what am I saying is this is gaining ground. If you're doing this, great, I'll finish the set. Let's say I finished it in 12 minutes, 13 minutes. So be 13 minutes, man. Now look at it. Or I took 15 minutes, don't bother. I took 15 minutes, 2 minutes I spent in the first set, 17 minutes are done, I finished 1 set. Okay, I am in good territory. I have no problems. I have nothing to worry. Yeah, I'm in good space. Then I check the third. Why am I good in the space? I know the first one is not key. I have to revisit the first one. I gave first one a honest reading, and I don't think it's something that I can do. Now I'll pick the third one. If I can, again, if third one keeps going on well and well, very nice and so on, and it takes me 20 minutes to solve it, and 17 and 20, 37 minutes I finish it. Fourth, I haven't had a look, but then I haven't ruined my paper, no? I haven't ruined my paper. I have done my 2 sets that I wanted. And anyone who says, yeah, a third set or so on is possible, please remember, third set is possible only when one of the sets are very easy, student. Yeah, one of the set is very easy, a third set is possible then. And if it is very easy, it is quite possible that I might finish off one set in 8 minutes instead of taking 15 minutes. Then I can have an attack, then I can have a possibility that I might get the third one also. So even if I had done that 27 minutes, and let's say now fourth, I don't have time for fourth. Yeah, I don't have time, but I've done 2 sets, no? Okay, at least I've saved my skin. Forget saved my skin. Why don't we realize a 2 set is going to give me 97, 98, 98 percentile students? So not only have I saved my skin, I've done a fabulously good job. Now that is one another thing that you need to somewhere in your mind get rid of, student, is that your goal is 99.99 or your goal is 100. That's not a reasonable, I don't think so you should pressure yourself into that. You should never pressure yourself into that. Let me come back and yeah, so Sahaj, that is how I would attempt the paper. I have solved this. And Atul, I have answered you. Continue practice that 1.5 could easily become 2. I'll give you one more point towards the end that, to steal some 2, 3, 6 marks extra, I'll give you something. Yeah. Okay. Ayananka, I've answered. You have to do everything back to back. 2 marks. I was unable to solve even a single set. This is my 3rd attempt. And taking the past 2 years, how do I tackle? Anmol, I have no answers to that. It will means if you have not been able to solve, first thing is, I don't think so mocks are your playground. Na? Mocks are not your learning thing. So my question is going to be, before doing those 1 mock, 2 mock, did you learn? Did you learn? Did you practice? Did you finish off 250, 300 sets? This trend, I'm not at all fan of this trend of, go and perform in the mock directly. A mock is a real exam. You don't go and do that. You don't go and directly start playing in an international match. No, you first practice. You do a lot of practice at home. And that practice comes with all that thing. Yeah, did you do that practice diligently? Did you, when you learned arrangement, when you did those 20 sets of arrangement, 25 sets of arrangement, did you move from one skill and could you upskill yourself a lot? Could you understand that? Could you gather this point? Like in arrangement, it's very common. Where do I start with? I start with 2 big themes. Okay, I start with something that is the largest block. So if I say there is a gap of 4 people between 2 of them in an arrangement of 7 people. Oh, 4 in between 2 of them. Now you cannot sit over there. Listen to what I'm saying. Can you do this fast? If he is in 1, it is not how much 1 plus 4, 5 pe jayega kya wo? Nahi student. 6 पे जाएगा, 1 and 6 पे जाएगा, उसके बीच में 4 लोग हैं, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, अभी वहां बैठ के ऐसे करोगे थोड़े, then it's not going to happen. No. Now 1 and 6, 2 and 7. Bingo. I got 2 cases, case 1, case 2. Put them into picture. So the second skill that I was saying is, where do you start? Second is, if I have branching out and if I have 2 cases, I will not tax my mind at all. I'm not going to say, hey, listen, can I eliminate one of these cases, intelligently, super intelligently? I'll read it like this and I'll say, this is not possible, that is possible. Why are you wanting to be a hero? Why not just put down the 2 sets over there? It is tough. That risk profile is very important. You should not have a risk profile like this. Either I'll get 2, 3 sets, I'll get 3 sets, or I'll get nothing. That should, anyways, coming back to my question to you, Anmol. So when you have practiced, have you done all these things? Yeah, something like a simple thing. I'll tell you and answer me. Yeah, someone. Listen to this. Again, in the team member, you said team member, there are 10 employees which are super special. 10 employees which are special. Team A had one employee more than team B, special employee more than team B. Team B had one more than team C. Team C had one more than team D. Team D had one more than team E. Very nice point, students. I'm telling you how you miss everything and all. Yeah, so this question is specifically for you. 10 employees divided amongst 5 teams, A, B, C, D, E. A has one employee more than B, B has one employee more than C, C has one employee more than D, D has one employee more than E. Do you already know that the only way this is possible is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4? Because 1, 2, 3, 4 adds up to 10. Because one extra was there, or do you sit back and say, अच्छा इसको x है तो x plus 1, x plus 2, x plus 3, x plus 4, now 4x plus 10 is equal to 10, or 10 cancels. Will you do all this, or do you know? Anyway, this is so easy, you could at least form a relation, but then in many mathematical relations, you would not know that sum of 4 numbers is 10 is going to be only one way if all are distinct. If all are distinct, it could be 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are things that go behind the picture. तो ये सब किया है क्या? ठीक है? और वो हाँ तो आपको बहुत डीप में जाना पड़ेगा. ठीक है? सिर्फ मॉक लेने से थोड़ी एग्जाम क्लियर हो जाते हैं वगैरह. Okay. Vineet Pujari, let's say any DILR set from mocks I tried, I'm unable. How much time should I invest trying that DILR set? For me, I think so, Vineet. This question in introduction, when I used to take introduction classes to how to prepare, I would say, 20-25 minutes in a DILR set is reasonable for a beginner or so on who is preparing for the first time, who's struggling against DILR. 20-25 minutes is a good time to invest in a DILR set. But my suggestion, my point is, if I don't get it in 20-25 minutes, and that, okay, let me qualify it also, because all these require 20-25 minutes cannot be just sitting and staring at that set. 20-25 minutes will happen only when I'm gaining some ground, I'm doing something, I'm writing clues, I'm linking clues. Now I got possibilities, but the problem is I got 3 possibilities, and those 3 possibilities, 2 of them further branched out into 2. So 2 2s are 4, 4 and 1, 5 possibilities they became. You should also be able to do this in your mind. So 3 possibilities, these are 3. These 2 branched out into 2 more, 4, 4 over here, 1, 5. Now, if I'm doing this way, then I would say go up to 20-25 minutes. Yeah, at least you will get over the fear of 5 possibilities means I can't do anything. Why you can't do anything in 5 possibilities? Try doing. Now, what happens if it takes, let's say, 3 minutes for each possibility? Yeah, 5 3s are 15 minutes. 15 minutes is not a very bad game, right? So do these things. If things are moving, it's a simple thing, Vineet. Yeah, agar you're massaging your head, if you're oiling your head, things are moving, you are thinking, you are connecting, you're saying this will happen, that will happen. Keep doing for 20-25 minutes. All of it is useful. Obviously, there's no point staring at it for 20-25 minutes. Then it's better you leave. Means if you saw a set and you say, hey, listen, मैंने तो हाथ खड़े कर दिया. This I don't know anything. This is what happens when I see some doubts asked on the group. I've seen students. Yeah, yesterday a group person asked network doubt. Yeah, A is equidistant from B and C and D, and the distance is same as between F and E. So nothing was done. Why nothing is done? Why isn't it done? Ki distance AB is equal to distance AC is equal to distance AD is equal to distance ED is equal to X. Then there was a point ki from city A you have one road leading to C via B. So why isn't that network drawn? Why isn't anything done? So what I'm telling you is there are people who just lift their hands and say, hey, listen, I'm not doing anything. Don't do that, right? Do something. So if you're doing, go up to 20-25 minutes, no problem. In fact, continuing with that thought, If I don't get it, this is now me personal. If I don't get it in 20-25 minutes, I'm not going to see the solution. I'm going to put the set off. I'm going to revisit the set next day. And you know what? Next day, I don't have to reinvent the whole wheel again. I will not forget that set only. Everything is so fresh in my mind. Everything about, or is one reading and everything I remember. So now I'll start. You will be shocked and surprised how differently one can think on the next day. Because everything that you tried the previous day is exhausted. Nothing worked. So you'll not go that same path at all. I have seen it happen so many times. Next day you say, why will I do the same thing? Yesterday I was starting in this framework. These are the three possibilities and this. Now I'll not scrap that whole idea. I'll think of something different. Next day I'll just do about 10-12 minutes. Yeah, in 10-12 minutes, if I'm getting a new idea, I'll pursue it or else I'll leave it. Right? So long answer for that, but then that's the way I answer. Okay, so I would do that. Where are we, Vinny? 1 hour I would not do. At a stretch, I would not do, Vinny. 1 hour I would not do at a stretch. At a stretch, I would only do 20-20. And especially because time is limited, if time is limited in your case, then I'll just say 20 minutes is enough at one stretch for one set. Maybe you want to spend more, do it the next day. Do another set, do another attempt of whatever minutes it is the next day, but not at the same time. Okay. Anmol, the problem is when a difficult DILR set but Anmol, तुमने बोला तुमने मॉक्स में एक भी नहीं कर पाए ना, तो ये डिफिकल्ट कहां से आ गया? अभी डिफिकल्ट आ गया तो हटाओ उसको, मत करो, दूसरा करो. अगर आप बोल रहे हो कि all 4 sets are difficult in the mock, then I don't agree to that. Then your understanding of a difficult set is different. Then that is what I'm saying. You might be sitting on the sidelines and saying this set is difficult. You're not trying to trying to capture the thing into small things. If you have seen me solve a set, every line has to be read and has to be pondered on. Why is this given over here? Or can I concisely write that line again in a shorthand notation is important, because that is what tells you that it will remain in your mind. Yeah. So for example, this set, let me take again this set. The moment there were 21 employees between 5 groups, the first thing that you should see is 21 is not divisible by 5. That thing आता है क्या दिमाग में, या फिर सिर्फ ये देखते अरे बाप रे कितना possibilities हो सकता है 21 and 5, and then you read ahead and then you say, hey, that's a challenging project, and that challenging project needs one extra person. Oh, now you know that the team size is this. So I'm saying you need to get into the details of it. Without it nahi hoga. Okay, so Annual, you're getting it to the heart. It's a bad, either you again, I remember one of my message, Anmol, here I said is your risk profile is all or none. I don't agree to that. Now, what is the meaning of all or none? So you have had 2 sets where you got none. Even if in the 3rd set you get all, what stops you that in the CAT you might not end up with none? So you need to train yourself to, it is not a 0-1 game. It is somewhere that I have to choose. So even if a set is difficult, it should not affect my morale. I should just go to the next set and then to the next. Maybe the first 2 are difficult. I would go to the 3rd one. Okay. Chalo, Ritu, year after an MCAT, there are 5 sets, 4 questions each. I could attempt 2 sets. Yeah, but then isn't that a common thing with everyone, Ritu? Ask any aspirant, and that's the way it is. So why would you want to be different? All I would say is, if those 2 sets, if your accuracy was even better. Okay, so let me get in the 3rd point here, right? Okay, first expectation should be better. Yeah, you should be ready to accept anything. Open your minds. Don't keep it slotted. Don't expect anything from a topic or anything like this. Whatever is that, just say it is a common sense based section. Okay, nothing more than common sense. I cannot go beyond this, student. I always worry, whenever a student says, now topic, I did not do this topic, I say, oh shit, now if a question comes of that topic, so Dheeraj, suno dhyan se, अगर आपके पेपर में कल शेड्यूलिंग का टॉपिक आया, तुम्हारे सबसे पहले दिमाग में हैवी क्या होगा, मैंने शेड्यूलिंग नहीं की, चंद्रा ने शेड्यूलिंग सेट नहीं दी है, चंद्रा ने शेड्यूलिंग सेट नहीं दी। ये डर से बाहर निकलो, बहुत जरूरी है, क्योंकि वो शेड्यूलिंग सेट शेड्यूलिंग का नहीं होगा, वो कॉमन सेंस का होगा। ठीक है ठीक है, तो फिर से वही पॉइंट पे चला जाता हूं। ठीक है, तो कमिंग टू ऋतु, yeah, so a couple of points. So now the point that I was saying is, in a test, now how do you do good in a test? I said one of those selections, how do I attempt the sets? Next important point, I might do one. Okay, I read the first set. I'll again give you an example, this team building thing, right? There were different teams possible. Now at the last line of the set was, a project has 100 points and that 100 point is divided equally amongst the members. So do you see that each member will get 25 points, 25 points, 25 points? And one of the question in that set was, which of these points is not possible for a team member? So what do I have to do? There are two ways a point can be collected. So pay attention, right? So 25 said, just to make it a little more challenging. Another, I could be a 5-member team and I might get 20 points. So I might get 25 or 20. Now this question has nothing to do with the team formation. Could I solve this algebraically? Yes. 20A plus 25B. 20 collect points on 20, collect points on 25. Do this one question. Ho gaya. That set I did not do. This was the first set. I found it tough, but I saw this question which was easy. I did it. And I can do this in so many sets, students. I can really do this in sets. A grouping question comes, very tough grouping. But I see one of the question is, which of the following groups is possible, not possible, these two. So I just see that, hey, listen, can I just match whether this matches with the given conditions? I don't, one of the question is, how many groups can be formed? I will not touch that question. Okay, so listen here now. Pay important thing, students, everyone, right? This is important. So, very important. If you are doing a set, first get out of your mindset that I have to. If you are trying for 3 sets, those who are trying for 3 sets and all, get it out of your mind that you have to solve all the 4 questions or all the 6 questions in a set. You trying a set, 1 question may be a real speed breaker over there. Get 3 questions and move ahead now, students. Why do you want to do that 1 question? So, and again, here my point is, I would be hitting a roadblock. I know students are not going to agree to this. You know, you're going to say, hey, listen, I invested time in this. That 4th question, I want it. Arey, you're at your want it now. You don't know what you're losing out. So please stop doing that. 1 question nahi chala gaya, to koi problem nahi hai. You have saved time. Time to bacha hai na. So it's not that you have lost anything. Okay. Another thing. The counter of this is, if a set is difficult, that does not mean you skip all 4 questions. Search maybe 1 question may be easy. And Ritu, you can do that. You know, you can pick those. Do you know 2 questions will make how much of a difference here? 6 marks का difference हो जाएगा, students. 6 marks का. मेरे को अगर कहीं से भी, instead of, pay attention to this, instead of doing 2 sets, okay. So I'm taking your case only. Let's take 2 sets, and I did 4 and 4, 8 questions only. And unfortunately, out of the 8, you know, the ones that you get wrong are the ones that you should have left because they were tough. How many groups are possible? Type in the answer type. Oh, I have to sit and calculate all the number of groups, and this will go wrong. It may go wrong. Chances are higher over that. Right? Chances of going wrong in an easy question are very less. So do you see there's a lot of dynamics that go over that? So I would say, instead of doing 4 and 4, 8 and getting, let's say, 1 wrong. Okay. So 7 correct, 1 wrong. 7 3s are 21, 1 wrong, 20 marks. I got 20 marks. Instead of doing this, how about doing 3 3 2 or something like this? Yeah, that's also good enough, no? 3 3 2 6 8, I don't get anything wrong, I'll still be 24, and that's a good enough difference out of that, because incrementally it is just going to be about 3 marks or 6 marks extra. You're not going to get suddenly 12 marks extra in the DILR. So steal those points. You should be able to, and if you get this idea, you can do a lot of things. Okay. Without any time, Atul says, without time constraint, even then I'm not able to solve more than 2 sets, including the one which I already solved. What should I do to increase my practice, Atul? Same question. Have you solved? Have you, all the people who say I cannot solve questions in DILR, my first thing is, have you done 250, 300 sets? Okay. So the comfort in DILR, your comfort in the sense of, okay, man, I will have to do it. Yeah, and sets of DILR are like this only. It will take you 200, 250 sets to first accept the fact that, okay, yet another set. Okay, another new set. Okay, dice. Now I'm just telling you a dice. Oh, but I did not have any topic of dice. Arey, Baba, there is no such thing called topics or anything, students. Yeah. Again, that common sense, it is going to be based upon, right? So it will take you 250 sets, 200, 250 sets to come to this conclusion. Okay, I can expect anything in this. So, kya wo hua hai pehle wala? Somewhere random. Do you know that one set of recent CAT was flight pattern? Oh, there is an AL, there are 3 seats on ABC, D, E, F, there are row numbers 1 to 14, there are 8 people sitting over there. Across those 100 of different possibilities, 100 chairs, there are 8 sitting over there, which row and all that. Now, will you say it's a typical arrangement question? It was not. There was no such thing. You know what they had? Yeah. They had amounts paid to buy the seat. Some seats are available at 250 rupees, some seats are available at 400 rupees. Now, this is not an arrangement question any longer. Nah? Just because there is a row, aisle, and different positions, is it? No, it is not. Now it is about how much money a team spends, how much it is. Or let's say a team formation somewhere, midfielder, forward, this, that, and auctioning of players. So tomorrow a question comes, there are player auctioning happening. Okay, auctioning of players happening in an IPL. So these are the people, these are the quoted price, this is the base price and so on. And you need at least 2 bowlers and 3 fielders and 1 specialist batsman and 1 wicket keeper and so on. Now, are you going to say, hey, listen, I did not do a set. So I'm saying, are you ready for all these things? So first thing is that readiness. And that's, so when will you be able to crack these sets? You will get it only after 200, 250 things. So continue with that now, students. मॉक में नहीं हुआ तो फिर वो देखो क्या है उसमें, पढ़ो उसको. कुछ नहीं करके थोड़े ऊपर improve होने वाला है. By that way, Atul. Amrita, what is speed? Means, are you saying that you are struggling to do 2 sets? If you are doing 2 sets, I don't know why I would worry about speed. Same thing. Now, are you saying so my question is going to be 2 sets, right? Okay, here comes another important point. Pay attention, students. Yeah. I have known people who have cracked even IIM Ahmedabad, who are sitting in IIM Ahmedabad, having solved 1 set in DILR, just 1 set in DILR, because, pay attention, 1 set in DILR will help you clear the sectional cutoff. The first thing for me is clearing the sectional cutoff. If I don't clear the sectional cutoff, and this also has happened to as many students or more students, getting a 96, 97, 98 percentile and having a decent chance at some institutes, but not getting it because they did not get a cutoff, they did not get 75 percentile in a section. They got 72, 73. 1 DILR set will be enough for you to clear a sectional percentile, and keep paying attention. 97, 98 in 2 sections. Okay. And a 90 in the 3rd section, you will still get 90, above 98 percentile. So there are lots and lots of scorecards on Google. So go Google search CAT scorecard. You'll see so many scorecards. See that, students. You need to see it to believe it. So my message over there is worst case. So Amrita, I don't know about your speed or whatever you're talking about. What speed are you talking about? Are you talking about you want to do it in 10 minutes per set? It is not going to happen. Simple, over. 10 minutes per set is an unreasonable time for you to expect mock sets to happen. It's not going to happen. Are you saying if I take up to 35 minutes a set? I'm saying every set is not going to be that. That could be a set or two sets that are going to take you 30 minutes. Yeah, especially the mocks and so on, there are going to be sets that will take you 30 minutes. But the CAT sets, not every CAT set takes you 30 minutes. There are definitely going to be very many CAT sets, 2-3 CAT sets, which are just going to be about 12 minutes, 10 minutes, 12 minutes, 15 minutes. So look at that speed, right? And coming back to this. So if I manage to get 6 questions, I will reach beyond 90 percentile. And if I do the other 2 sections perfectly well, I can still land up in 99 plus very comfortably. And it is important because this person that I'm talking about, who is in IIM Ahmedabad, okay, messed up the DILR section. And while the DILR section was there, she knew that she messed it up. But she knew that she did 1 set. So all she did was, she composed herself and she did not let her quant section get ruined because of that. She got excellent mark in quant section and in verbal section. She got an overall 99 plus with just 1 section in the DILR. In DILR, 1 section, student, you do everything perfectly well. I'll still say you'll reach close to okay, depending upon the toughness of the section. I don't want to put a number to it. But if the set is very tough and so on, like a lot of you are scared of so many things. If your nightmare comes true and you 3 sets are very difficult and so on, that doesn't happen. That happens in a mock. That doesn't happen in an actual CAT. In a CAT, there is going to be one maddeningly tough set, but there are going to be others as well, which are going to possibly be easy. Isliye na, chalo, I have a couple of points. So 1 point here is, do that 1 set and do the other ones better, or you still have a chance of being at the top B school. And here, what other point came to my mind just now? So that is important. Okay, it will come back. Give me a minute. Okay. Okay. So Ayananka, you are from a Takshzila group and all. In Takshzila group, I have given you a source of 600 plus sets. So popular it is. You should ask just in the group anywhere. So students, there is a public sources of where you can practice 600 plus sets. Okay. But just thing is, and I am telling you, you're not going to exhaust it at all. And what are these sources? These are very common. So the one of the first sources, Shankar. Shankar is the sir's name, Arvind Shankar. His channel goes by the name Anastasis. Anastasis Shankar put in. You get 250 past year mocks explained. 250 sets, all with video solutions, all are past year mocks, either IMS or time mock sets, and they are chosen. Now the problem over here, they are chosen sets, and someone will choose only sets which are tough. So don't go and say that all 250 were tough. They were supposed to be tough. Why will a person do something on YouTube which was very easy? He'll not do it. Na? A person does that only for marketing and all. So he's going to choose the most toughest set over the last 4 or 5 years and give those most toughest set. So 250 of those sets. Okay. Elite Grid is that. Elite Grid has another 100 plus sets, 150 almost sets, right? That's itself is 400. Okay. There's LRDI Masters on Facebook. You'll get 50 sets over that. Last year CATs, just from 2017 onwards, you'll get more than 50 sets. These itself add up to, 500 plus 550 sets. You're not going to finish them at all. So and these are all, Rodha channel is that. Rodha has some nice sets again. Rodha pay, you'll get 50 odd sets over that, right? So just stick to this. Now stop your search for more things. Just get religious and say 1 set I'll do from Shankar sir's channel, 1 set I'll do from Rodha, 1 set I'll do from Elite Grid, 1 set I'll do. Because if you do everything of Shankar sir, then all those sets are tough, students. So please switch over that to other, and then continue the round 1 more from Shankar. So don't do all 250 of Shankar sir at 1 go. Do 1, then do Elite Grid 1 set, then Rodha channel 1 set, then LRDI 1 set. Continue 1, like this. Keep doing. You'll get different patterns. You'll get it. So that is how you do it. Okay. धीरज नहीं पता मेरे को लॉजिकल DI. I would just say मतलब कहीं भी जो okay DI set में like for example let's say a pie chart is given of market share and I don't put the index, I don't put the legend over there. A B C D 4 कंपनी है, market share है, मैंने DI नहीं किसका क्या है. Now, this is DI based, data based, because it's pie chart, market share, but also logic comes in because A could be this, B could be that, C could be here. Oh, so four of them, 4 companies. So how many possibilities? Okay, 4 factorial. Any one of this, any one of the market share can be this. So 4 factorial. That's a lot of. Then there are some clues. A's market share is bigger than B, B and C together is less than A and D. So something like this will be there. Like ऐसे set बनते हैं. ठीक है? So you start with 24 possibility, you give condition, reduce it to 12 possibilities, 16 or 15 possibilities. Give one more condition, reduce it to 10 possibilities. Give one more condition, reduce it to 6 possibilities. Now try to make a question out of it. So maybe this is what logical DI or so on is, right? And does it happen? Yes, it happens, but not very, very popular. So yes, 2 sets full correct will get you 98th percentile. Kingslayer 2 marks. हाँ, तो Kingslayer सुनो, मैंने मैसेज आपको दे चुका हूँ Kingslayer. If you are able to solve 2 full sets in mocks and you are still left with 5 to 7 minutes, something that you should try is if you could save the one question which took you 2.5-3 minutes or more in those earlier question sets. Instead of that, if you would have managed to do a third set ke 2 question, you are better off. So Kingslayer, what I'm saying is when you're doing a set, be judicious. Be judicious in what? In how many of those 4 or 6 questions you're going to do. Not all the 4 questions take equal time. Okay. Some takes less time, some takes more time. And this is very common for CAT pattern. CAT pattern doesn't come like you do an arrangement irrespective of the questions and suddenly all 4 questions you'll get. ऐसा तो नहीं होता CAT में. Okay, so this is my other message that I was forgetting at that time. Students, you need to know the CAT very well. You need to know the CAT very, very, very well. So remember this point that I just said. Do you know that in CAT, almost every question that you have requires you to rework, redo something. It doesn't come like you fill a grid and then you say, acha, A ka answer ye, B ka answer ye, C ka answer ye, 4th ka question ye. It doesn't happen this way. Then they will say a root network, this network, and the third question will say there's an additional road from M to N. And this additional road creates a lot of problems. So do you see that happening? So let me talk about this. Yeah, this is a very nice example of this. This road network. Yeah, Kingslayer, these all points are very relevant when you are alive to the process. So this road network was that. Okay, so this road network A, B, and if you take CAT, you'll even recall what I'm talking about. The first 2 questions were straight about A, N, B, A, M, B. 2 ways, that's it. So I did the first 2 questions. Suddenly the third road came in between. And because the third road came in between, it became tough. So you know what? You could have left the next 2 questions. You could have left the next 2 questions. Kyun malum, Kingslayer? If you could have managed the 2 questions in 5 and 7 minutes, which you can easily do about the question that I'm saying. हो गया ना आपका, instead of using that 5-7 minutes at the end, you used it in the middle set. Big deal. Why should I use a 5 and 7 minutes only at the end? So I started a set, okay, and I was doing it, but then I saw question number 3 and 4 became nasty. So I just spent that 8 minutes on the set and I moved ahead. I saved myself 7 minutes. Now think about it this way. I'll go to the next set. And worst case, what is very interesting. Let's say the further sets are difficult. You can always come back to these 2 questions. Na? Are you going to forget everything over there? No, you will not forget. That's also something that you should try. Do 2 questions in a set, leave that set. Go do something else for 5-10 minutes, come back to that set and challenge yourself. Has everything vaporized? Or do you still remember? You'll be shocked by how much you remember. So my message is that you try that, student. It helps. Varun, 2 sets 98 percentile. It depends upon the toughness of the paper. Okay, but yeah, but 98 percentile is a very reasonable bet over there. During mocks, when the solution is getting too lengthy, I just leave it and go to the next one due to anxiety of time. No, Sana, you can't do that, Sana. You can't do that. You leave a set. First thing is you leave a set at the 2.5, 3 minute mark. 2.5, 3.5 minute mark you leave. Okay, so listen now this. Okay, so I'm again telling you, you leave it. And if after 2.5, 3.5 minutes, you are continuing with that set, then my point is you have understood the set very well. You are talking to yourself and you say, I know how to represent this. Okay, you are saying that each of the clues, I know which clue to attack and how to begin with. So you're going to ideally begin unraveling the set only after 2.5, 3 minutes. The first 2.5, 3 minutes are going to be to comprehend that thing. Okay, and do this next time when you see a set and do all. Now, how much time do you take to comprehend it? When do you really start building those blocks of, putting out possibilities and so on? And if you are continuing, so you can't, after doing this for 5 minutes and you're building sets, you can't just say, hey, listen, I'm leaving this and going to the next one. Courage is a very important part of this set. Courage is a very, very important part. There could be a moment where I go blank, but then I would say, I will still invest 30 seconds more to think. Okay, let me look at overview. I've already spent that 5 minutes. So let me look. I think this is better. So you would need that courage and so on. If you just go from one set to another set, वो जो बोलते हैं ना हाथ पैर फूलना, यहाँ से यहाँ जा रहा है, वहाँ जा रहा है, वो तभी होता है when you lack courage in doing a set. Okay, and also make a choice of the set. Now, if every set you are spending 5 minutes without worrying after 2.5 minutes, मतलब बन भी सकता है या नहीं बन सकता? That's also wrong. Okay. Thank you, Anas. Yeah. Tomorrow's session, tomorrow's session, Sai Bhargav Reddy, is a part of that Accelerate course that I'm going to do. 12 weeks every night, 6 days a week, I'm going to do a course, Accelerate. So I'll be beginning all these parts. So I think so I'm going to make tomorrow's session free for all, but you'll have to enroll the Accelerate course for free and you'll get a link in the course. Even if you don't purchase it, is okay, but I'll be doing that. So there's a course on our web page. There's a course on our website. There's a course called Accelerate. I'll put tomorrow's session free, so you can enroll for free in that course and then attend this. But later sessions will be only for paid students. But tomorrow you can have a look at it and see. Okay. How much time should you give for set selection? Manoj, I've said with 4 sets, I don't believe in this idea of, spending the first 7, 8, 10 minutes to see which set. That is a complete time waster. So I've told that I'll read a set, 2 minutes, 2.5, 3 minutes. I'll take a call whether to continue or no. If not, leave it. If yes, then finish it off. I would not go to the next one. Or if at all you want to try a visual way, then then go to the 4 sets visually, but I don't think so that makes a lot of sense. Just see visually, is there something which very appeals immediately to me? And if there's, but then that visual check should just take about a minute, 2 minutes. You cannot afford to spend 8 minutes, 6 minutes, 7 minutes just choosing set, students. I don't think so that works in 4 set thing. 40 minutes is too lesser time for that. Okay. Palak, I have practiced pretty well before attempting accuracy, still stuck at 60%. Palak, it's not an either or question. Na? Why should everything be I drop mocks and then I practice? Why can't it be that I practice and I take mocks? You would have to do that. Yeah, for everything hereafter. Hereafter, as you keep going close to the test, you have to handle both of it. You'll have to take a mock. So keep 1 day for a mock and keep 5 days, 6 days for this. As you go further, do 2 days for a mock in a week and 5 days for practice. So that is how it will go ahead, right? So you'll have to do both of it. You cannot ignore any one of them. And also 60% of an accuracy in quant and DILR is really low. Yeah, that means there is something that I'm taking a guesswork, or I'm being just reckless and I'm just missing out some conditions. I'm just putting down some arrangement, some patchwork I do, and I think this is the answer in the market. If you're doing that, don't do that, because that doesn't fetch marks, honestly. Ritu, can you give to identify easy moderate sets? No, Rituraj, there is nothing called as this. There is nothing. One of the first question asked by Sahaj was, a seemingly easy looking set can be very tough. A very tough looking set can be very easy. And these are things that have happened over and over, even to the most experienced person. I was, last CAT I took was 2017. There was this road network thing that I was saying. No. Okay. It is a very easy set. I read it and I left it. And I thought it is a very tough set. The team formation seemed mind-bogglingly difficult. Okay. Whereas actually it was very, very easy. You only need team members. You don't have to put who are the team members. You only need how many members are there in that team. Oh, and 2 people go from this team to that team. 3 people come from here to here. You just have to say how many left, how many came, new team members. So it turned out to be very easy. So what and the sets that I chose to do, they were very tough. And it's not just with me. You see Rajesh Basubramanian attempting a paper, online mock paper. You will again see that happening. Yeah, some sets which were supposedly very easy turned out to be very difficult. So that idea is wrong to say that there is something over there which will immediately stand out and say this is doable, this is not doable. What works? What works is when you read that set for 2, 2.5, 3 minutes, and after 3 minutes you say, okay, now I have got the set. Or after 3 minutes, you say, I did not understand a thing about this set. Now, if you did not understand a thing about that set, my first question is going to be, student, वो 3 minutes में what you were scanning it or what? Scanning से कुछ नहीं होने वाला है. Were you taking a pause? Were you reading every sentence? Were you comprehending? Were you understanding the implication of that sentence? I've tried to be as vocal and giving examples wherever I could. Wherever I could. You know, another very tough set was Ambi Bambi, exam was held. There were anyone who was more than 90 percentile in total and more than 80 percentile in physics, chemistry, maths. It's a very tough set to read. Read that set sometimes and just check your comprehension levels over there. So that is very important. So is this 3 minutes just read through it without understanding? Or attempt is made to really understand, and then you say, hey, listen, I understood everything, but I have no idea how do I represent this set. Like in this Ambi Bambi, it was after reading, oh, it's a set theory based set, right? You could not first realize it's a set theory based thing, but after reading it, you realize it. Okay, so you know the representation. Oh, these are the 3 clues that are given. Oh, there are 150 who get more than 80 percentile in exactly 2 sections. Oh, this is D plus E plus F is 150. So have I started gaining ground? Yes, do it. If you don't, it doesn't make any sense for you, don't do it. Read another set. You say, I don't know how to represent it. These clues, I don't know what to do with these clues. Then leave it over there. So, but that is how you read and do it. You will not get it anywhere. Okay. So good. Thank you, Ritu. Hannes, unconventional sets. Yeah. Hannes. But Hannes, you know what? My experience, Anas Ahmed, my experience, you know, these are opinions. They might even go wrong, and suddenly students, you know, take anything that comes from faculty as the gospel truth. ऐसा नहीं होता है. They are also wrong many times. Yeah. So hence I'm hesitant to tell you. But unconventional ones, I think, will turn out to be marginally easier if I can slow down. And you know, this message that I was telling, the first 3 minutes when I'm reading it now, that reading should be very careful, okay, to understand that whole unconventionality part in it. Yeah. Because if I do that, I'm dead sure the 2 sets that I left out because I thought it was very difficult, I would not have left out. Only if I would have persisted in reading. You know, that time I was looking, glancing, I was scanning, but these were also the time when there were 8 sets. When there are 8 sets, you know, scanning is more important. But today there are 4 sets. So I would say I would read it in detail and a little more carefully. And once I've done that, if everything, there's something called a quantum of complexity. So if that quantum of complexity, I don't think is very high. And how do I know that? Oh, there are these 3 clues. Another very important point is anything given over there would have some implication, no? Right? So if I have those 3 things and I start thinking, how do I make use of this data here? Okay, then I think the unconventional ones can turn out to be marginally easier. So I mean, it's a risky bet, but I would try that. Thank you, Vinny. Thank you, Ritu. How much set should I give to each set if I'm not getting anything? Well, Mohammad Yusuf, I've answered that question in a very short span of time. If you are just staring at it, then maybe not even 10 minutes. If you are working and you are gaining ground and you're trying possibilities, this may happen, that may happen, your mind is working, it is getting you ideas, then you can go as much as 25 minutes also. And after 25 minutes, leave it, come the next day. Next day, I could again give it another 10 minutes. That is how I would do it. How much time will one be able to complete self-study course if studying? Okay, it is going to take you. I doubt it. You can finish it completely. More you'll have to select a few things and do. Can you do it till CAT? Yes, there are students who can do it if you are a fast learner. It's not only the 6 to 8 hours. No, so more. Let me answer this very simple. Like for example, quadrilateral chapter. Now there is someone who is going to say, hey, listen, I don't need to study quadrilateral. There are just 10 properties, and I know everything. So I know trapezium beforehand. I don't need to learn it from a video lecture. I know parallelogram. I know area of a this is a rhombus is half D1, D2. It's not that I have to learn this. So how much do you know already? And second is how fast you are. If you're very fast and so on, you can do it. If you're a very slow learner, if everything needs to be learned, if someone has to explain to you that area of a parallelogram is base into height, and height is not a side. Height is something which is perpendicular. And do you know the base could be any of the side? If these things need to be learned, then it's going to be a tough task. Yeah, in this way. So if you ask me, I think we have some numbers. I'm forgetting the numbers. The video itself will be something like 180 hours. Is it 180 hours? Yeah, 180 hours. So even if you divide 180 hours by, let's say, 5, yeah, it's going to be 36 days. So that is just for quant. Just for quant, only to finish the videos. Okay, so let's say you would run it at a little higher speed. So yeah, maybe just message, I'll give you these numbers there. Okay, Manoj Kumar says Top My Test is another DI. Yeah, Top My Test. He's from Goa. Nice guy. Yeah, he used to run the Time franchisee at Goa. Top My Test. That is also a good source. There's a long time I haven't seen that. Yeah, so I'll just evaluate it and add it to that. Yeah, so you can do Top My Test. Vidika, along with normal practice of sets, how should we manage sectional tests? Vidika, the simple thing could be very easy, is going to be, initially you can look at sectional tests, like keep 2 days for sectional tests, 1 day for mock test. 3 days are gone, 4 days for practice. Now the sectional tests will wind up very soon. Sectional tests a lot. So for 4 weeks, you can follow this. For 4 weeks, what you can follow? 2 days for sectional tests. So you'll have to club one of the section with another. I would not keep 3 days, and 1 day for a full length test. 4 days for practice. Do this for 4 weeks. Then from the sectional test, cut out a day and do 2 mocks, 2 full length mocks. And that's sectional test Vidika. Sectional test should be taken for those sections where you need to experiment, you need to do something. Yeah, you should not be taking a sectional test for your percentile ranking. That is not the way. Yeah, let's say you are struggling with a verbal section and you say, hey, listen, how about me trying out the non-RC questions first and then the RC questions later? For that, do a sectional test. See what happens in those 40 minutes. Yeah. So when you want to experiment things like this, do a sectional test. Okay. When some scores are, when in your mock, some of the sectional score has gone very low suddenly, then that week do a sectional test for that section. So you don't really need to do a section test for quant and verbal and DI every week, every time. In the initial 3-4 weeks, do it. After that, need based. I hope you have got the idea. Yeah. But Vidika, that line, you will have to comprehend that line. No? Because one thing is very important. If there's something that I don't understand the meaning of it, there's no point that I'm going to get that set. Nahi hoga. So if you're not understanding the meaning of it because of some language comprehension skills, I'm sorry to say, but then that set will not be doable. So you have to take a call. Yes or a no, make a meaning out of that sentence. The sentence best could mean this. Take that meaning and try to solve it at least. Or else if you're always worried, was I right in that sentence? Was I wrong? So if there's something that I did not understand at all, what is the point? Then that set I would not touch into it. Yeah, it is bad. It is, because you'll never be able to get a set without understanding all the points, clues. Sanket, I'm able to solve Takshzila and mocks where I'm yeah, Sanket, yes, no, it's not your perception, Sanket. Sanket, the other mocks are very, so Sanket, maybe my message to you is going to be, why don't you sit for next 10 days or 12 days and only do the CAT DI papers? 2017 you have 2 tests, 2018 you have 2 tests, 2019 you have 2 tests, 6, 2021 you have 3, 12 tests, 12 DILR sections you have. Why don't you take 12 days and only do this? And when you're doing this, just judge the difficulty of every section. No, you will immediately get an answer to our mocks. The real how means are they tougher than what is asked here or not? And when you do this, no, don't judge every set. Look at the paper. If there are 8 sets, you're not going to do 8 sets. No. So judge ki, are there 5 easy sets? Are there 6 easy sets? Let 2 sets be very difficult. 6 sets in 1 hour, people cannot do. In 1 hour, people do 4 sets, students. In an 8 section, in an 8 set mock also, people could only manage 4 sets. 3 sets over there would have given you a 98, 99 percentile in a 1 hour thing. So things are not very, so I hope you got the message. So do that. If you want my opinion, yes, mocks are quite difficult compared to actual set. Because what happens is, everyone wants to outdo one another, and second, all the sets get difficult. There's no respite. In CAT, there's a lot of respite in some sets. Suddenly one set will be very easy and you'll crack it in 7-8 minutes. Okay. Yes, Vineet, we will be solving all past year DI papers. Quant papers, I don't think so we'll have much time over that. DI papers, we will be. I guess Marut Chandile, I guess, yes, any sort of preparation, any familiarity or so on should improve. No, do the free session tomorrow and check it out how it works. Yeah. Rituraj, what schedule would you suggest for upcoming ones if I'm self-preparing, covering different categories? Rituraj, schedule is going to be the regular. In a week, you need to take 2 more. If you are done with your syllabus, look, the problem is no one size fits all. So the problem becomes this question. Yeah, if you are done with every theory and everything, then maybe spend 2 mocks in a week. Okay, so that would take you about 2 days, 3 days. The other 3 days, you need to practice on the weak areas. Okay, do that practice the other 3 days. As you go into October, maybe increase the mocks to 3 mocks. So those 3 mocks, and remember that when you take a mock now, I don't think so it just takes 1 day, because to 1 day take the mock, analyze it the same day in terms of what went wrong, what not, but trying to do all the other questions of the mock. The entire mock, all RCs, all DI, all QA, you might easily take the next day if you're doing all of it. You cannot finish it. That also depends upon the time that you have, So as I told, one size cannot be fitting all. So if you're working and all, I'm pretty sure that taking a mock and doing all the questions of the mock will take 2 days for you. So you do 2 mocks, you are going to take 4 days for you. The other 3 days are left. So 3 days practice. Practice, as in revision is very important. Practice is very important. If you take 3 mocks, that would take up 6 days of your week. Depend. And now the other side is, if you have not done, now another grudge that I have against a lot of students is, students say that they have done the topic and then they put a question to them and they say, this question I did not do. Then what did you do in the topic? I would say, this is a standard question. Oh, but what I did was, I just solved the first these many questions. That is not enough for the topic. Now for topic, you have to cover everything. Students solve questions from the group and they think that they have done the topic. Are a group mein question, are they representative? Are they exhaustive? Do they cover everything? No, they don't. You need to go through one solid, comprehensive course. So if you have not done that, or you have left topics, let's say you have left out, even and if you are aiming for the 99.99 and all, even if you have left out coordinate, I will say, why? That could be a coordinate question which I'm going to guarantee you is going to be very easy. That could be a question on base system, very, very less asked, but who knows? But it is going to be very easy if it comes. So why skip all those? So take those small days to finish off topics that you might have skipped out, right? Anything, clocks, calendars, anything might come. So do those things. Chalo, kitna hai? 720 done. Abhinandan, watch the whole session now. We are done with 720. Pranjal, focus on your IPM at IIM Rohtak. Now there are 3 years for your CAT prep. Why do you have to worry now? Why are you even in this session? I don't know. 3 years hai na CAT. CAT is not an exam जिसको मतलब 3 साल लगते हैं, 1 साल भी नहीं लगता है. मतलब 6 महीने, 8 महीने लगेंगे, 10 महीने लगेंगे. You are anyways in IPM. You have gone through an entrance test. You know half of it. You should be taking 6 months for that thing. So why are you worried right now? Build your profile, do something over there, learn those things that they're teaching you more interestingly. Yeah, don't lose out on those 3 years of your college just thinking of CAT prep. You'll needlessly, a personality has to be very holistic personality. You can't really just keep thinking of something in the future and mess up with the present. Do that. Nalini, I don't have any answers to all that. Yeah, I face a problem in DILR. I said, we analyze, tell what problem, see the whole session, what happens. Chalo, thank you. NMAT mocks, NMAT Vidika, official guide to NMAT by GMAT. That's a very classic book. Just do that book. That is enough. That's a perfect level of NMAT. Don't do anything else. Yes, Vatsamarut. I'm doing a session tomorrow for my regular students. So I'll be doing it. Yes, the paid course and everything will start only from 29th. You're right. You have got that correct. No, you have not missed anything. The course I'm beginning only on that day, but then I'm doing sessions this week. 2 sessions I'm doing for CAT 17 DILR morning shift and after evening shift. Monday and Thursday, I'll do these 2 sessions. Okay, thank you everyone. Bye. Thank you.